Made a video a couple months ago talking about how Nintendo stole $300 worth of shit from me, worth of games, when I deleted my account because they don't keep the accounts on the system anymore. I finally had some closure and I finally was ready to move on with my life. And then, son of a bitch, I had to go and pop my Breath of the Wild cartridge into my Nintendo Switch. I was going to say original Switch because there's two of them, but I don't have the Switch 2. So every time I talk about the Switch is going to be purely about Switch 1. So yeah, I popped Breath of the Wild in earlier today, and it said virtual game card needed to play the DLC content. Even though you bought the DLC, even though I paid money for the DLC on a game I already own, please load it through the cart. So I hit yes, load through the cart, and it said no game data available for DLC or whatever. Please purchase it on our app store. And I'm thinking, what a bunch of scummy fucks. What a bunch of scummy, crooked pieces of poop. They suck. They really do suck. Worst company ever. Honestly, they used to be great. They made the GameCube, N64. I grew up with Nintendo. I loved Nintendo for most of my life, and they just turned into a bunch of fucking scumbags. They don't care how much money they steal from you because they think to themselves, oh, Nintendo fanboy, they'll just go and download it again. They'll just buy our shit again, and they'll just keep making excuses for us and gaslight everybody who resists our nonsense because they love us that much. Even though we don't love them, even though it's a one-sided relationship, we don't love them. It's like that American Dad episode. Remember the one where Roger's like an old man and he dates the young bimbo or whatever, the redheaded girl, and she's like doing the rap studio thing, and he's like, no, Gina's love is pure, and then she's like, my love is purely for money. That's what it reminds me of. That's what it fucking reminds me of. Nintendo is Gina, and the Nintendo fanboys are Roger, okay? I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. So, yeah, they're scumbags, man. They're nasty. I can't... I played Breath of the Wild for a few minutes, because I just beat Skyward Sword HD for the first time. I beat Skyward Sword once way back when it came out, so I didn't remember anything in it, so I went through and I beat it again, and I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and I decided, maybe I'll play Breath of the Wild and just keep this not gravy train, but keep the ball rolling, on the Zelda series and try to beat Breath of the Wild again and then play Tears of the Kingdom for the first time. I played it for 10 minutes and I got bored and I turned it off and I took the cartridge out of the thing, man. Breath of the Wild was good for like a one-time play, going through and collecting everything, but I can't see myself playing it again. Breath of the Wild's got its own problems, but that's not what I'm here to talk about this video about, even though this video is about Breath of the Wild to some extent, because it won't give me the fucking DLC. I mean, so you might be sitting there like, well, Alex, why the fuck do you care? I mean, you're not even playing the game anyway. It's the principle of the thing. It's the fact that I paid like 40, what is it, 20, 30 bucks for DLC 8 years ago, and now they're just going to take it away from me and say, you don't own that. You own nothing, and you're going to own nothing. You're going to be happy about it. You're going to own nothing and be happy about it. And they just become fucking, they're just nasty, man. I mean, it's like if so tell me this, let's say you were in love with somebody and they stole 300 bucks from you, and then they went and you had like some DLC on a game, or let's say maybe you had like a computer or something, and you had like RAM sticks in there that gave it more memory. It was like a DLC for your computer, and they went into your fucking computer and took the RAM sticks out and ran off with them and sold them, and they said, oh, I'm sorry, you can just buy more RAM sticks. You wouldn't fucking put up with that, would you? So why are you putting up with Nintendo and their nonsense? I'm not buying a Switch 2. I'm not buying Metroid Prime 4. I'm not buying Echoes of Wisdom. I'm not buying any more Nintendo stuff ever again. I got my Mega Man X collection back on my Switch, and I got the Zero series on my Switch because they're great games. But outside of that, I am not giving Nintendo any more money. I have my one account on there, and it's got my games, and that's it. And that is all they're getting from me. I shouldn't have even given them money for that, but I really like playing Mega Man X on the Switch. X1 through 4, not 5 through 8. I mean, that's another story too, but not 5 through 8. 1 through 4, those are the good games. So, does anybody have any experience with Nintendo just ripping you off? Did you also try to put your Breath of the Wild in, maybe on the Switch 2, and it said, oh, please insert some virtual card for DLC, or did that happen with another game of yours? I am dying to know, and I am genuinely curious if I'm the only one in this situation again, because everyone told me I was crazy for deleting my account, but maybe this will reach some people. Maybe you had this happen to you with Nintendo. But what a bunch of scumbags, dude. I mean, honestly, I can't stress that point enough. What a bunch of scumbags. You buy something from them and they want to take it away from you and say, "Oh, just go buy it again." Oh yeah, money's not tight. The economy's not struggling. We're not. People aren't in debt up to their eyeballs anyway. What does it matter? Just go buy it again, bro. Stop complaining, bro. You're just coping for your own shitty life because you don't like Nintendo and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, whatever. Whatever you think, whatever you want to think. But that's how I feel about it, man. It's fucking rotten. It's just such a rotten business practice. I think the video game market needs to crash again. We need to have another crash like we did in the early 80s. And a new company should come and save us from that, like Nintendo. Nintendo is only as popular as it is because of one man, Gunpei Yokoi. Gunpei Yokoi is no longer with us, unfortunately, but he's the one who may helped with a lot of these early games. He was like, Shigeru Miyamoto, and then who was that other guy? Who's the guy that made Satoru Iwata? Satoru Iwata is the person who they say makes all the Metroid games, but Gunpei Yokoi was really more behind that than Iwata was. So Gunpei Yokoi, like, he's the executive producer on Super Metroid, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. I'm just rambling at this point. Nintendo pisses me off, so whatever, we need to have a new market crash for Nintendo or for gaming in general, because gaming is just toxic all across the board. Hopefully these what are they called? What are those indie games? Hopefully some indie developers take over and like they get a hold on the market, and then we can just have our Steam Decks and just emulate off of those. I don't emulate, by the way, and I don't pretend to emulate or anything like that, because I'm talking shit about Nintendo and they're going to be like, "Ooh, he said the E word, he said emulate." I don't even have a computer. I have this phone and that's it, so I ain't emulating shit. But it's annoying, because it's like I want to give Nintendo money. I do. I really do. But, well, not anymore, I don't, but I did. I was like, a year ago, I was in that position. I want to give you money, just release my games. Then it just kind of went downhill when the Switch 2 sucked, and then they deleted all my stuff, or I deleted all my stuff technically because I deleted my account, and now this nonsense with Breath of the Wild. So it is what it is. And I'll just leave it at that. You guys have a great day, and I hope you have a blessed one. Whether you like me or hate me or leave me shitty comments, I really don't care. I still wish you a blessed day, and I send you all the kindness in the world. So with that, I'll see you guys around. You have a great day, all right? Bye.